Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started it again, and can you see me?
It's hard to talk to you at the same time
Okay,
because if I
I'm gonna
talk,
hang up the phone then. I love you. Okay, so yeah, something happened and I lost the feed. Apparently though, my sponge can help me, but apparently the video went out to some people, but the audio was there. But anyways, hi folks who are joining in. Um, let's see. Hi, Legra. If you're here, let me know that you're here. Say hi or something. That would be cool, so I can know who's taking part. Um, I don't remember where I was talking. That technical thing just messed up my whole head. But, anyways, again, happy Father's Day. Um, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and I hope that you've enjoyed this day. And again, if you are in a situation where, hey, Amanda, Mandy, so if you're in a situation where your father may have passed and is in heaven looking down on us, I hope that you are at peace with that and that you know that one day you guys will have another party, a heavenly one. So, but um, so um, getting back to our children and expressing to them the realities of racial differences, racial tensions. Um, we can't hide them from that, and nor should we aim to do that because at some point they are stepping out. They are going to school. They are going to the store. They are going to places where you aren't. And I would say that 9 times out of 10, somebody um, is going to say something to them that if you have not given them if you have not given them the information, they're going to get it from somebody else, and we don't want the information that they receive to be stronger than the information that we've given them, and maybe they make bad choices. So, um, with that being said, I was talking also about the time that I got pulled over. This is just one of the 20,000 incidents as when I was growing up, but the I got pulled over not too long ago. I think this is like 3 years ago now, in Columbus, Ohio, and I the officer had me get out the car and unload all of my equipment, drums, speakers, stands, all this stuff. It was full. It was packed out SUV. Had me empty the whole truck out, and then uh, and then after that he gets out of his car because he went there, took my license and goes to do his whatever they do inside the car, and then he uh, he got back out of the car, came up to me and said, "Okay, Mr. Morant, you can put the stuff back in the car." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So basically, it was like a purposeless stop. So and there's been stuff that was worse than that. I mean, I've had in Hanahan, South Carolina, I had my head smashed up against the back car window, um, by a police officer. Um, and let me say this too, because I have to do it every week, and every time I get on here, is that I am not here to bash police because just like everybody says, there are millions of great, amazing, friendly, helpful, wonderful police officers. I know a couple from school, from Stall High School. So that is true. But there has also been allowed to be another population of police officers that are not the nice, loving, friendly, excuse me. And a lot of times it is racially motivated. Why? I don't have the answers to any of that. And as this is a platform for us having a conversation, I would say that if anybody has an explanation for why there is that other population, that is in the midst of the good population, please let me know. And then because this platform is for everybody to exchange views. Everybody has a different way of seeing it. Just like I was saying earlier, that some people they say this, I don't see color. That's I don't know how you don't. God gave us eyes; we can perceive it. I, I know that my father is a lot darker skinned than I am, and I know that my mom is white. So you see it. There's no such thing as not seeing it. That is no longer a covering that we should hide under. No, we have to all address this. Just like in anything else, when you're when you know that in order to make changes in this world, you and in your life, you first have to acknowledge that the change is needed. So we have to acknowledge that there are things going on in this country. And I'm sorry for looking in this other direction because I'm looking at a monitor that I have sitting next to me. So my apologies. Um, uh, but um, but you have to acknowledge that. Uh, that's right. That's right. That's right, Mandy. That's right. And 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 so you know, we have to admit that we have those problems or those shortcomings so that we can then just find ways or find help to change those things. And and that goes for this relationship racially as well. You have to um, you have to be willing to say there's something wrong. You're seeing it happen now. We've been trying to tell you guys for years that it's happening, and now finally, after however many years, 400 and some odd, now everybody's seeing that there is a problem, and we have to address it. And we address it through if we address it through a conversation that's peaceful, like this, a platform like this, or many others, or phone calls, or text with your friends, or maybe you talk to the coworker that's black, and or maybe you talk to each other. In whatever you do, you have to address it. I'm glad, Mandy. I'm glad that you came on. I don't know if you're still here, but Mandy is a good friend of mine for years ago, and she's an amazing woman, and she adopted a black child. And I know that one day in the future, I'm going to try to get Mandy to come on as a guest because I'm going to have, like I told you guys, I'm going to have guest speaking people to come online and address their viewpoints and so on. And some are going to be things that you're going to be appalled by, and then some things you're going to really love, and some things are going to really have you feeling conviction. But I'm going to have people, musicians and politicians and pastors and my neighbor across the street, which is hilarious because he's a funny guy. But anyways, but my daughter, I'm gonna have her. So, and just so you can hear different viewpoints of how people deal with the differences of race in America. But Mandy adopted a black child, and I know that she has to have crazy stories of things that have happened in her and her son's life. It's awesome seeing the pictures that you post, Mandy, and the growth with you and your husband, and that situation is just really beautiful, and and it's one of those things that's in the middle of this crazy world that really does give you hope watching the progressions that your family goes through. So that's a high five to you, Mandy, and that's pretty cool. Uh, okay, so again, I hope if there's any dads online, I hope that you guys are having an awesomely amazing um, Father's Day, and I hope that your children and your children and your spouse is that your guys are pampering the dads today, as hopefully we all did to the moms a month ago. So, um, again, this platform is for sharing, for everyone to talk. And if you have concerns, if you have questions, as I've been getting hundreds of them, like I have never spent so much time on social media in my life, but it's worth it to see more people engage. Um, yeah, to see people engage in this whole conversation, because it's necessary. For so long, for so many years, people just tried to ignore it or deny that it even exists. And it's time for people to stand up and stand together, work together to really make this world a better place. You can't make it better by not talking about it and pretending that it's just going to go away on its own, because it doesn't. And you guys have seen it. You've seen it firsthand. If you are alive with breath, you've seen that this really does exist. Um, let's see. So don't forget to send me messages via Messenger. My phone number is on here, so you can call me. I'm putting myself out there. I'm telling you to call me, and if you have advice for me, or you have thoughts that you want to add to, think something, a topic would be good, dealing with the race relationships that sometimes are horrible in this country. If you have anything like that you want to talk, please feel free to call me, but talk amongst each other. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of messages that I'm going to see when I get off here, that people have been typing, just like the last time. Engage with those people. If you see somebody say something that sounds like whoa, off, engage in the conversation. That's the only way that this can work, right? I did also want to, I'm pulling this up on my phone. I wanted to tell you that my friend Megan, because I think I said it earlier, but I'm not sure if it was in part of the thing where the video went dead, but she sent me this article. It's NBC News, and I posted the link to it a couple days ago, I think. And the article is called "From Juneteenth to the Tulsa Massacre." Whoops, here goes my internet. Sorry. Then it's got what isn't taught in classrooms has a profound impact, and it talks about, it's a really good article, for a change, but it gives people an idea of um, about school. I remember this when I remember some of the same things that this article talks about, where it says that they're looking at fourth grade, third grade, fifth grade, textbooks, and how they make slavery look like like the slaves were happy and they were treated like family. And anybody who's alive and breathes knows that that's not the case. Um, a a lot of the things, I think a lot of the reason, not only not getting the right message at home so that you can be equipped to handle what you face in the world, but in the classrooms, they're still teaching things that aren't quite exactly the way they really are in the real world. They put a softer spin on it. I don't know if they're trying to avoid having the conversations or what, but there's significant parts of history that we're not being taught until you get to African studies in college or something, and that is just not fair to the young people growing up. We're not giving them the information. I know that with my Smunchkin, she got the information, believe it. And oh, I'll tell you a little story. Hey, Smunchkin, are you still there? Do you mind if I tell them about the mall? I'll wait for her to give me the answer to that, and then if she's okay with that, I will share it with you guys. But we want our kids to be. I just thought it a good idea to just say that we want our kids to be equipped, man. We want them to have a real life um, picture of what's going on in society, so that when they're not with you and they step out, they're not caught off guard. If they're scrambling, have you ever been in a situation where you're scrambling because you don't know what's going on, and you get all flustered, and then you get anxiety, and then everything just blows up in your face, and then the next thing you know, you just grab to something that to hold on to, and it might not be the right thing. Well, it's too late. Well, God will say it's never too late, but you know what I mean? It's too late for parts of damage to be done. So we really need to give kids the real deal. Let me tell you something. I don't mean to be abrasive, but I'm going to tell you this. One thing that I do know about prejudiced white people, I know this firsthand. They tell their children, everything about their viewpoint from their being little. They'll dress them up in outfits and everything. They're people, the hating people. I'm not talking about every white person. I'm talking about the prejudiced white people. Those white people give them all of the white hate speak, all of that. They get it, and they're doing a better job at it than we are, and that makes us fail. We're failing in an aspect of parenting, and we just can't let that go on. So I'm going to, whether I'm annoying to somebody or not, I'm going to be doing my best to make sure that anybody that I come in contact with, until my last breath, I'm going to make sure that I express these views and exchange views, and have the meeting of the minds, and I'm going to do that until the day I die, because I think it's really important. And after the first video that I did, which was an almost kind of like a spur of the moment thing, I really felt like this is something that needs to be done. So I know that I have 3 people online right now, and then there was 6 and 5 and whatever. But if I can touch one person, and have that person touch another, and that person wait, let me use a different word. If I can help another person experience something, and then they help another and another and another, then I guess maybe God will say, "Well done, my son." So so the story about my daughter, she hasn't answered if I can say it or not. So maybe I'll save that for next time. But so what I'm going to do now is I'm over my time. If you please do me a favor, and I did part of this video, and then the video went blank. So if you can go back and look at that video, I'm sure it's on my my profile now. If you can go and look at that one, and then whatever you missed of this one, please tune in. I'm going to see you guys probably Wednesday or Thursday in the middle of the week, because that's kind of how some things hit me. But definitely, if not, for some reason that doesn't happen, I will be here every Sunday at 7 p.m. until football season starts, if it starts. Because if football season starts, which we don't know if it's going to happen, if football season starts, I definitely have to be done before kickoff, or else that would be disastrous. But anyways, and then again, I had 14 more people ask me about my glasses. These are not shade glasses. They are for me to see. They're prescription glasses, and because of my Lyme disease, I have headaches every day, very intense headaches. And so these very, very dark lenses help me to not have so much light coming in. So that has nothing to do with why I'm doing this, but hopefully you understand that. Smunchkin, do you want me to tell him? I'm going to give you 2 more seconds to let me know if I should tell him or not. And I don't see you, and I don't see anything on my phone. Okay. All right, so listen, until next time, please love on each other. Share the message. of this unity message. Share the message of of teaching your kids about racial things, about the subjects that are. I mean, right now is the best time. You can use examples of all the things that you're seeing. Why are people marching? Tell them about this stuff. You have to express it. You have to acknowledge it first, and then express it to your children and to your other friends as well. Make sure that people are equipped so people can make wise or educated decisions to to live in the world in a loving way and not in a hateful, prejudiced. Uh, um, that it's just nasty, and nobody needs to be that way. And our kids are not benefiting from that. So let's armor up our children to understand what's happening in society for real. And until next time, next Sunday, 7 p.m., right here for some more Food for Action, presented by Same Black Time, Same Black Channel. Thank you guys. Happy Father's Day again to the dads. Be superheroes for your babies. Bye bye.